to a Devon koi pond on what's not been a bad week actually. Not as bad as last week, been a bit warmer this week. Had a glimpse of two of sunshine earlier. Just doing a little bit of top up on water here. If you haven't already, please get in, smash like and subscribe. Now, hope you all saw the start of last week's video. Difference between a polarized lens and a non-polarized. Alright, I'm on the small camera up here at the moment for a reason. I'll show you in a bit. Like I said, apologies for the sound the other week. I forgot to put this one on as the backup, but it's here now. Always have the backup sound. The sound on this little camera is usually pretty blooming good, but still always use the backup, and I didn't the other week, and I apologised for that. But that's the backup hot running. Right, what we got on this week? Well, it's that time of year. Comes around every year. Everybody thinks about, oh, shall I heat my pond? Shan't I heat my pond? Well, I've never heated a pond in all my years of having one, and I'm not going to start this year. Pond bills, electric bills are going to go through the bloody roof, so gas as well, so it's not going to happen. So I'm going to be digging the covers out from down the bottom, bringing them up, give them a hose off, clean up, more of the winter prep. All the filters have been cleaned spotlessly, ready to go in the winter. I've got enough high protein food probably left to last me a week. They've only been eating about 250-300 grams a day. They're still quite interested. This is their second feed here of the day. They had one this morning at daylight, and it's now nearly 11 o'clock. They're on the second one. They've definitely slowed up. I'm not sure what the water temp is, I'll show you in a minute, but it's probably around 14-15 mark. Really pleasant day yesterday, sunshine, temperature up, so it was nearly 16 yesterday, which was good. But we're going to dig the covers out, and I'll show you my cover system. And covering your pond, even unheated in the winter, is nearly a must. You'll keep the wind off the top, worst of the weather off it, and it's the wind that really cools your pond. Alright, if you can keep the wind off of it, the wind chill off of it, it'll hold itself up well. If it's buried in the ground well, it picks the heat out of the ground, so down about 6 foot, 7 foot. Ground temperature is usually about 7 degrees, something like that, so your pond water should hover around 6-7 degrees, even in a cold snap in the winter. Right, done a little bit more on the PISS filter. I had another play with it, different bit of guttering in the top, drilled the hose higher up, got some more moss. I'll give you a quick look at that in a minute, then I'll set the camera up and fast forward it for me dragging these covers up, just so you can see them all up here. And I'll chuck up a quick schematic of actually how it all assembles. I'm not going to put it on this week, made me mind up on that, but I want it up here ready to go. I want to put the nets down in the shed, a lot of the stuff down in the shed for the winter. So a quick look at what I've done on the PISS this week. It's looking very organic over there at the moment, but quick look at that, and then I'll set the camera up for me dragging the covers up. Right. Ooh, I'm hoping you can see that. I'm really pleasantly surprised. 15.7. Absolutely handsome. Can't get much better than that this time of year, unheated. Right. Let's put the camera over on the deck a minute, and I'll show you what I've done to the PISS filter. Okay, right, here we are. I've actually drilled the hose higher up, so I get an even more better spread in the trays, and I've done away with the foam in the top of the filter. Now it's moss on top of stones. Hopefully it won't attach itself to the top layer of stones too much. This will all be covered inside the veg filter bit, As you can see by the lower levels, the moss is starting to take over, go through the baskets. It's doing very well here. Well happy with it. Slightly different kind of moss down the bottom down here. That one's growing up the baskets, look. Hopefully by the time I uncover this next spring, we'll just have a green wall here. Mind your own business, baby's tears. Still not looking that happy. I don't think that's the kind of plant for this. But the moss, absolutely bloody handsome. Right, let's set the camera up and get these covers up from the bottom of the garden. Incidentally, I didn't go out and rip this moss from somewhere. I'll let somebody else probably do that for me. I actually paid for it and bought it. Bay of Evil again. I could have gone out and rummaged it from the wild, but I'm not that kind of person. That's the flow we got going into it at the moment. Absolutely handsome. Right, set the camera up so you can see down the garden. Okay, right. As you can tell by the sound, it's pretty good. I'm on this one. Right. Yeah, you can hear that. So I'll just leave that one on the wall here. Just you leave it, something like that close to where you're to, and you can have the camera as far away as you like. Right, let's get these covers up. I'll fast forward this bit, as I said. I'm going to get them all up here. No need for me to show you blasting them off, but I will drag them out and you can see that, and the tops, and I'll pressure wash them off camera somewhere. Right. First to the bars, and a bits for the veg filter. This is the side panels for it. I've actually got 4 support bars that go across and 4 panels. Okay, that's all the bits up here. Right, it's about as exciting as that's going to get this week. I will just give it all a blast off with a pressure washer and a brush before it goes on the pond. I'll have to redo some of the false strips on the ends of the sheets. Some of them got water in, but I'm not overly fussed on that. They're only 10mm sheets, but I'm mainly trying to keep the water off, the wind off. They will hold a bit of heat in at 10mm thick, and any sun you get instantly warms up underneath, which also warms some water. So there, that's a bonus. Right, let's get back on the step here a minute. I'm going to get up to the little bit on about filming this week. Okay, here we are back up top. That's as far as I show you on that. There's no point me showing you washing them off and everything. I ain't got time to watch that rubbish like that. Anyway, I'll just soap sud, power wash them off, bang. Job done, they're ready. Give everything a damn clean before it's up here. I'll show you a schematic which I'll pop up here of the ends of the bars that I actually made. The 10mm sheets slide into them. There was a video last year and the year before, I think, but I'll go through it again for the new people. Those just clip in on the pond out of gentlemen's balls, rubber balls, and some rubber wedges, and it's held it there through the gales we've had the last few years, so I've no doubt load it on there this year. Fish don't actually seem very interested in the food this morning. It's probably me banging around here spooked them. Right, as said, if you haven't already, please smash like, subscribe. Cover's probably be going on next week, but if the weather holds out, you might get 2 more weeks, especially with a surprise looking at the temperature over there today. But this heat in your pond, to those of you that are gone out, I think it's going to cost you a lot of money this year, so bear that in mind. And they can still do with a winter break in the winter where you drop the temperatures down as well. They want a bit of overwintering. Hopefully it'll be a mild blooming winter and we all won't get heating bills that are through the blooming roof, because generally heating the pond will cost you as much as heating your house. So there. Right, yes, the filming. Okay, so we all like to do mobile shots. I've got a selfie stick as well, and I've got a GoPro type camera. I stick it on the end of that as well and have a walk around with it sometimes. Yes, it's great, but sometimes it's shaky as anything and we're trying to get steady photographs and it just doesn't happen. Try your best. I mean, the older you get, the more you bloody shake, and sometimes with a phone it's even harder because you're trying to hold it with 2 hands. Walking around with it can be a blooming nightmare. Holding it in 1 hand, walking around, everything shakes. So I like to use a stabilization system for my cameras. I normally run the small one that you're on at the moment on it, but the cheap one I've got, I'll show you, will take more or less any camera up to a certain weight, and they are cheap as chips, and you can get some lovely gliding shots through one of these stabilizers. It's just a simple thing. 20-25 quid I think they are. I've had this one for several years. My old one was virtually the same but a bit more expensive, and that one had lasted me a good 20 years or more, but mainly used for still shots. That right, what we got is one of these. All right, so now there's no need for me to show you the setting up on one of these, but you can glide around nicely with it. This dead handy bit of kit to have. Right, do all sorts with it. As said, right. Coincidentally, if anybody can organise a napalm strike next door, could do with it, but it's danger close here with a pond, so give me warning. But yeah, a couple of good napalm hits in there. Me out here with the hose pipe to keep the fence wet while it all burns away. Right, as you can see, I've got the polarised lens back on here. Alright, Fantastic. So yes, one of these. All right, now these will hold mobile phone as well, right, no problem. Putting a mobile phone on one of these, that small camera that you're on at the moment fits on this as well. Just alter the weight settings and away you go. In fact, it's a lot easier with a small camera on, because this one here weighs a packet and you can actually feel it pulling on your arm after a very short time. But for gliding around, bear this in mind on the selfie sticks, the wobble, you know, get a decent stick also helps with that. But that's the tip for this week, how to get smooth video when you're floating around with a camera. Right, we'll say it again, if you haven't already, please smash the like and subscribe. Right, it's much appreciated. Next week might be the covers, might not. I'm hoping to get to James's tomorrow. I want him to do a bit of video on his camera equipment, because he uses a phone, so I'm quite interested in that. I want to see what he's got there. Hopefully he'll do that for me as a favour. Quick 30 seconds or a minute of video just about what he's filming with, and I'll chuck that into next week's video. But I'm off up to see him if he's got over his illness, because whatever it was, even if it wasn't COVID, I don't fancy it. Right, so from down here in almost sunny Devon, I'm going to get the soapy suds out and the pressure washer. I'm going to give these panels a clean off. So don't forget to check out the merchandise I got on eBay. You'll find it under the description here, under the video. That's there. Please smash the like and subscribe, and we'll catch you all next week in another video. Bye for now.